What's up, guys? It is JBeebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Sidemen FC Create Club Career Mode series. Last episode was a very bad episode, kind of hitting a mid-season slide. In today's episode, trying to figure out how to stop that. Thinking have to switch some things up, but don't know exactly how to properly switch those things up. So it's going to be an interesting episode, to say the least. And we're starting off by traveling to Brisbane Road to face off against Leyton Orient. Hopefully we are able to shoot a lot better than the Sidemen do whenever they film here. So, trying to switch things up, we're switching to a 4-4-2. Myers in goal, Horton White center backs, Wallner, Montgomery outside backs, Dele, Bashiru, Hurst center mid, Dembele, Norman on the wings, and Magnuson and Kent up top. Here are the highlights. So we were able to get a 3-1 victory, very promising. They had more expected goals, but as we've learned from really along this journey, that does not matter at all. So hopefully this means this is our kind of new style. Hopefully this game was not a fluke. We would end up getting a 2-2 draw against Newport County in the league, followed by a 2-1 loss to Northampton, followed by a 2-0 win over Mansfield Town, who knocked us out 6-0 in a cup earlier in this series, so this is a very nice revenge game for us. And now we are traveling to St. James Park to face Exeter City, the club who has been in EFL League 2 the longest. I believe they've been in the division since the 2012-2013 season, so a little bit of trivia for you guys. And the lineup is the same as it has been, except Dembele is now on the left wing, Barry's on the right wing. Here are the highlights. So just like I said earlier in this episode, the last game, expected goals mean nothing. We had more expected goals than them, but we ended up losing 3-1, so it's getting a little frustrating. Really, really bad time to not have a team identity, especially with the playoffs and the end of the season being so close. Hopefully we can rebound. But someone who will not be with the club to help us rebound will be Elliot Woodward. He is joining Sutton United, as all of our players seem to be doing right now for $210,000. And we are now 1 point off of playoff spot, so we're still in it, but there is only 5 games left. Wait, no, 7 games left in the season, so I mean, things are really starting to heat up. Next episode, don't know what games I'm gonna play, but every single one of those games matters. Every point matters. Things are starting to heat up. So yeah, guys, next episode. Well, really tomorrow, when the next 3 episodes come out, it's going to be for the playoffs. We're gonna be pushing for the playoffs. Once we hopefully get in the playoffs, trying to make it to the final, and then obviously playing in the final, hoping to get promotion. So hopefully, and actually, next 3 episodes will be very intense, and hopefully you guys watch them as I do as well. Subscribe if you're new, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Sidemen FC Create Club Career Mode Series. This is the 10th episode, which means this is the 10th month of the year, which means things are heating up. This episode, next episode, and the episode after that, hopefully all have something to do. This episode, we're fighting for a playoff spot. Hopefully next episode, we get into the playoffs and we are facing someone. And hopefully in that 3rd episode coming out today, we're in the playoff final. So, it's going to be an intense day. Hopefully you guys watch it all and enjoy. So we start off with a 2-2 draw against Oldham Athletic in the league. We then are able to get a 1-0 victory over Colchester United. Marcus Stevens will be joining the team from the Youth Academy. Look at how good this guy is. 6'1" English defensive mid, 81 to 94 potential. He's an excellent defender, decent dribbler, very good passer. Again, nitpicking the fine details. The only thing I hate about him is his defensive work rate is only low, so I have a development plan on him to hopefully increase that rather quickly. And now that adds a little bit another ripple into the team. And we are hosting Rochdale at the Kicktown Arena. And we're debuting a new formation, obviously, since we got such a good new player, gotta take advantage of him. We are now playing a 3-1-4-2. Bradley is in goal, Warner, Horton, White are the center backs. Stevens is the defensive mid, first Deli Bashiru center mids, Dembele, Montgomery on the wings, and Kent and Magnuson up top. Here are the highlights. So at this point in the season, the one thing we don't want to do is drop points. At the same time, we want to get points, especially against Rochdale, who are also fighting for a playoff spot. So 3-3 draw is not the end of the world. Definitely would have liked a better result, but can't really complain. We are also pick up a 2-1 victory over Scunthorpe United. Bobby Pratt will be departing the club once his contract expires. He'll be joining Shrewsbury. We would lose to Tranmere Rovers 3-1. And we got a huge game today as we were traveling to Carlisle United's home stadium in Brunton Park. Lineup is the exact same as it was. Here are the highlights. So we needed a statement game really towards the end of the season, and I mean we got it. 6-3 victory, 9.1 expected goals. Offense was firing in all cylinders, and if we can continue this, I mean if we score 6 goals every game for the rest of the year, I highly doubt we will ever lose. And now for 1 to 2 games to play, depending on where you are, we are currently sitting 6th in the table. We could still easily drop out, but we could also move up. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next episode. And right now, we only have that game against Salford and potential playoff games. So to see how all that goes, make sure you guys subscribe. And you'll get to see, will Sidemen FC be going up to EFL League 1, or will we spend another season down in EFL League 2? That's up for you guys to decide, up for you guys to see. So again, that's coming out very soon. Check that out. Hope you enjoyed watching, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to today's episode of the Sidemen FC Create Club Career Mode Series. The playoffs are upon us, and I cannot wait. So we were able to get a 1-0 victory over Salford City in the last game of the league, essentially assuring us a spot in the playoffs. And that would end up happening. We would end up finishing 5th in the table, thankfully surviving. Even if we had drawn that last game, we still would have advanced. And we'll be facing off against Rochdale in the promotion playoff semifinals. But first, we gotta get to some business. Jacob Parker has been sold. He'll be joining Shrewsbury for $240,000. And now we're traveling to the Spotland Stadium to face off against Rochdale. And this is the team that we are going with. Bradley's in goal. Wallner, Horton, and White are the center backs. Stevens, defensive mid. Hurst, Deli Bashiru, center mid. Dembele, Montgomery on the wings. And Kent and Magnuson up top. Here are the highlights. So not at the end of the world. A 1-1 draw, especially with where we are. There's still a second leg, so it's essentially a clean slate. Just gotta win the next game. Simple as that. And we're gonna have a little bit of help thanks to Felix Clark, who will be joining the first team. 58 overall striker, very pacey, good dribbler. Just gotta work on that shooting a little bit. He'll be a very good striker. Jensen Buckley will be adding a little bit of depth at that center mid position. Very good dribbler. And he's 6'3", so that will definitely help as well. So yeah, next episode we will be playing that second leg, and we win that game. We advance to the playoff final. We have a chance to get promotion. So we'll see how all that goes next episode. This one was a little bit shorter because I didn't play the game against Salford because I thought the playoffs were a little bit earlier. I mean, it's one day earlier. You get 2 gameplay episodes this. So, a little bit bad on my part, but I blame the EFL for scheduling the end of the season for so long after, like, all the rescheduled games are usually like 2 weeks to a week and a half after the regular season ends. Don't understand why that is. But next episode, there's a chance we get promoted. Make sure you watch it, and it is Jay Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is Jay Beebs here, and welcome to a potentially very monumental episode of the Sidemen FC Career Mode series. We started things off in EFL League 2, that's where we still are. In today's episode, we will either get promoted or we will stay down in League 2. So, obviously it's quite the tense game. Let's figure out how we do. We are hosting Rochdale at Kicktown Arena in the second leg of the League 2 playoffs. Last episode, we drew 1-1, so the game is fully up in the air. Whoever wins this advances. And the team is as follows. Bradley is in goal. Wallner, Horton, White make up the center backs. Stevens is the defensive mid. Hurst, Deli Bashiru, center mid. Dembele, Montgomery on the wings. And Kent and Clark up top. Clark Kent, little Superman thing. Here are the highlights. And just like that, our season's over. Put up an absolute stinker. 0 shots on goal, 0 expected goals. Wow. So we're obviously not ready for the next level. I think that is very obvious. I mean, 0 shots. Well, yeah, the season's over. We'll be in League 2 next year. Darren Fitzgerald has been sold to Mansfield Town for $180,000. So yeah, looking back on things, we finished in a playoff spot, exactly what I wanted. Did not expect the result in the playoffs to be so bad. Same goes for the FA Cup. Got knocked out 4-2 in the second round. In the Carabao Cup, didn't even make it past the first round. Lost to Plymouth Argyle and Pens. Papa John Stroke, we got absolutely embarrassed by Mansfield Town 6-0. And then obviously, we did not do well in the playoffs. Kent and Dele Bashiru. Kent actually would have won the Golden Boot as he had been tied for the most goals except in one less game, and Dele Bashiru was just behind him. Stanley Hurst and Dele Bashiru were the top 3 assisters in the league. So going forward, we had no issues this year. It was just defending that kind of screwed us over. So Karamoko Dembele, Montgomery appeared in every single game. Wallner, White, Hurst, and Dele Bashiru all but 1, and Horton all but 2. Kent led the team in goals with 27. Dele Bashiru had 26, and then there's the huge drop off. So I mean, Kent and Dele Bashiru carried this team. Hurst tied Dele Bashiru with the most assists with 13. Kent also had 13, and Stanley had 13. So I mean, you look at at the beginning of the season with our 2 center mids, attacking mid, and striker, we were on fire. And then someone put out the fire, and we have not been able to rebound since. And Pratt, Partridge, Small, and Butler will all be departing the club. I don't even think they made any substantial appearances for the club, so they will not be missed. So yeah, I mean, looking at the way the team is, I think that this should be a team that goes up. Goalkeeper, and I'd say really goalkeeper is the only weakness in the club. So next episode, gonna have to buy a new one. But yeah, unfortunately, season 1 is done, and it's a dud. I mean, there were some good moments. There was a lot of bad though. Hopefully, we gotta find a way to fix our form, because I mean, we were on fire at the start, and we just burnt out towards the end. But tomorrow, we're starting season 2. Hopefully, it's a different story. Subscribe if you're new, and it is J Beebs signing off.